to formally welcome you here, it's very appropriate that I invite Rita Guinan, who's the Head of Enterprise in Leo Tipperary.
Good morning, everybody, and my address to you will be quite short. I would like, on behalf of the local enterprise offices in Clare, Limerick and Tipperary, to welcome you here to Ballina this morning to celebrate National Women's Enterprise Day. I think the setting is fitting that across the bridge in Killaloo, this was once the capital of Ireland when Brian Boru was High King up to 1014. I think the venue itself, and we certainly would encourage you, if you can't make the time or take the time today to walk around Ballina and Killaloo, do consider coming back, because it is a fabulous visitor destination with lots to do, lovely restaurants and cruise the River Shannon, etc. So that's my little tourism sell to you. Today is one of 15 events taking place across the country, promoted by the network of local enterprise offices. And if our event here is anything to go by, or if we can take our numbers as a benchmark, across the country today, over 1,500 women, at least, women in business, will congregate, network and hopefully open doors to new markets. I suppose I should say that last year alone, the network of local enterprise offices supported 14,000 women in business. And here in the Midwest, the three counties, we ran, I'll just check my stat, 318 separate programs, including seminars, courses, workshops, etc. And of those, 60% of the beneficiaries or attendees were actually women. The reverse, I suppose, is the case in terms of mentoring, where men tend to avail of the one-to-one sessions, but women like the whole networking aspect. And that's why events like National Women's Enterprise Day over the years have proven very, very successful for us. We changed the model last year from a single event at a Midlands location to rolling it out across regions. And that particular model worked exceptionally well. And it was only, even for the agencies that attend events like National Women's Enterprise Day, it's really heartening to hear the testimonials from women who in the past gained the inspiration, got the encouragement, got the support, and went out and brought their idea, their concept to a reality. And last year that was really, really brought home to me that, you know, the work, and as Sienna said, we've been in this space for, in my case, since 1996, and at that stage we were struggling to promote female entrepreneurship, with only 16% of the beneficiaries of our supports actually women. Now, last year, the female entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship generally is back. It's at the highest it's been since it was measured 15 years ago. Ireland is ranked 7th in Europe in terms of entrepreneurial activity. And of the businesses last year, 35,000 new business owners or new businesses were established. 63% of those had male promoters, and 37% were women-led businesses. And that is, you know, it's a major improvement. It's proof that by government focus, by providing the ecosystem, the supports, the encouragement, that, you know, the gender imbalance that was there is being addressed, and it is improving and shifting year on year. And I suppose the good news for the next speaker, Orla Bortwick, is that, you know, for out of those 35,000 businesses that set up, 70% of those will be an employer within 3 years, and 39% will create more than 10 jobs within the next 5 years. And so that's what it's all about. It's enterprise and job creation, which is front and centre for the local enterprise network. I would encourage you here today to make sure you introduce yourself if you don't already know the Leo staff from Limerick, Clare or Tipperary. They're here. We have also representatives here today from Enterprise Ireland, from the IDA, from the Education and Training Board, and from the Enterprise Europe Network. And the context for today's event, Open Doors to New Markets, the reason that we're looking at that now, and Sienna mentioned the B word, but it's also the fact that the GEM report last year highlighted that 27% of women in business want and believe that at least a quarter of their sales revenue will come from international sales. Apparently, within Europe, we're one of the most, we have the most ambitious growth plans. And so that is, to become a global player, and as Enterprise Ireland say, and I think it's a great slogan, if you have ambition, we can take you global. So the Enterprise Ireland people are here. We would encourage you to make sure that you talk to them as well. And if you are a small business and you're wondering, can you source inputs or products abroad, and that you're worried about, tariffs and customs and borders when Brexit becomes a reality, do talk to Eileen Kelly from the Enterprise Europe network. Eileen has set up outside. The idea there is that you put up a profile, say what you're looking for. It'll be published, all over. It's a global. It's focused in Europe, but it's also, because it's web-based, it has a global reach. And we would certainly encourage more women in this region to take advantage of the network. So do talk to Eileen. The other thing, I suppose, that I would say is that the local enterprise office is the first shop for somebody looking for advice, information, training, financial support. So do visit your local enterprise office. And I suppose on that, I personally am looking forward to today's event. I think collectively with our colleagues in Clare and Limerick, we've tried to bring together all of the elements that make up a good conference, which includes the panel discussion, which is representative of some of our really strong sectors here: engineering, food, fashion, hospitality, and social media, graphic design, etc. So I think you're going to find that panel very, very informative and useful, and please do ask your questions. We have a keynote address later. We have Celia Holman Lee. I think we've tried to. We certainly were confident you won't fall asleep. We have put into your goodie bags a few little treats that if you do feel you need a sugar rush in the afternoon, do dig in for the bottle of juice or the bar. Look, I'd like to thank you for coming, and let's celebrate National Enterprise Day as it should be in the Midwest. Thank you.